What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. James here from the ShockerRacing garage, and we are gonna jump right into this mess of the Ford Bronco launch. So to jump right into where everything started with ShockerRacing and the Ford Bronco, flashback to last summer, summer 2020, Ford had their announcement night. They unveiled the Bronco, and at the same time that they were doing the unveiling, they opened up the reservation banks so you could get your reservation in. Now, right off the bat, I was super excited about the launch of this new Bronco, some competition for the Jeep Wrangler, and just for you guys to know my background with off-roading and all things Jeep, I have not been a long-time Jeep enthusiast. I didn't grow up on Jeeps. I spent most of my time in sports cars, but ever since we got the Mojito Jeep back in 2018, which was the first year of the JL, we've fallen in love and we've dove, head first into the off-road world and the 4x4 world, learning as much as we can and trying to share our knowledge and our installs with the ShockerRacing YouTube channel here. So we were excited for some competition for the Bronco, not being like fully 100% dedicated from birth to the Jeep family and the Jeep life. We thought some competition would be good. And immediately right off the bat, we saw some really cool things that Ford was announcing with the new Bronco. So naturally, for a $100 deposit to make your reservation, I actually got 2 orders in for reservations. I was able to get my first one in. It was within about an hour of the unveiling of the new Ford Bronco that I was able to get my first reservation in. And the second one was actually about an hour and a half. It took about 30 minutes to get my second one to finally go through. So I did get 2 orders in. Technically the second one, my dad asked him to get a reservation put in for him because he wanted to check one out as well. So that was the second reservation we got made on night 1. So come January 2021 here, my dad and I both went over to PackyWeb Ford. We placed our, locked our orders and made it an actual official Ford Bronco order. Now, both of us ordered with hardtops. He wanted the paint matched or, paint colored hardtop. I went with the molded in color hardtop, and we both went with 4-door Bronco Badlands packages. I specifically chose options based on what Ford was telling people was gonna be a delay. I wanted to get mine as soon as possible. My dad said, I don't care when I get mine, it doesn't matter to me, whatever. So he ordered it exactly the way he wanted. I specifically left out certain options that I would have liked to have had because they were telling us that they were going to be delayed and possibly prolong my order. So the one thing I did definitely want was the 2.7 liter, the bigger motor. So I did jump on that and I wanted a hardtop. So I stuck with those. I placed the order. Sometime this spring, I was informed that I had a build date of July 26th. At that point, Broncos started rolling into dealers with their test mules for people to go and test drive and do ride and drives and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna be getting into some footage here in just a minute, kind of once I give you the recap of what's going on here. I went over to PackyWeb Ford because they had a test mule there, and I did get to go test drive one. At that point, I was under the impression that my July 26th build had been pushed back 2 weeks, so now I was thinking mid-August, mine would be getting built. Here we are, it is August 23rd, 2021, and I am now in what I've been calling hardtop hell. Yeah, that's right. Hardtop hell. Ford, this is what I'm calling this. My order has been locked. I've got a VIN number. I had a build date, which has been pushed back multiple times now at this point. And a lot has changed since the footage that I'm gonna show you when I went for the test drive with the test mule from PackyWeb Ford. Since then, as we all know, last week, Ford announced that they are recalling or discontinuing the building of any new hardtops, the molded in color hardtop at this point, because there is a problem and they are delaminating. which means they say it's not a safety issue, but it is a problem with the mold or the problem with the hardtops that they have now said and determined they are no longer going to continue building any new Broncos with the molded in color hardtop until now they have recalled everyone that's been delivered, replaced their hardtop. There's a giant lot in Detroit, a storage yard that is filled with Broncos that need new hardtops. So once they replace all those, then they will get back to production of Broncos with the hardtop. So yes, long story short, this whole thing has turned into a big nightmare. Ford seems to have kind of botched things every step of the way that they could with this whole launch for the last 13 months or so since they announced this thing. So here I am, I'm stuck, I'm locked. I can no longer make any changes or modifications to my order into switching over to a soft top in order to get mine sooner. I actually told the sales guy yesterday that I would actually take mine without a top at this point. Just build my Bronco, send it to me. I don't need the top for the time being. Let me get going on this build. So obviously that's not a possibility, but I am still keeping my Bronco order. I am excited to finally get it whenever it does come. I'm hearing that it might not even be in 2021 anymore. The good news for me is that my dad's order was not locked. He didn't have a build date yet or a VIN because of the options he had chosen. And so we were able to convert his order. We did it today, actually, like I said, Monday, August 23rd, we switched his order officially to a soft top and we took off the towing package because we're hearing that that is the next delay besides the hard top. So we've converted it. We really don't want a soft top, but Ford has left us no other option at this point if you want a Bronco for 2021. One other thing I forgot to mention, my dad had ordered his with the rapid red color, which Ford also announced last week at the Woodward Dream Cruise that they have discontinued rapid red for 2022. So had he left his order as it was, and it would have been pushed out to 2022 because of the options, he then would have had to choose a different color because they would no longer be offering rapid red for 2022. So in order to get his color, he kind of has to change to the soft top to get it this year anyways. So it's like, which way do you go? Anyways, you're kind of screwed either way because you're not ever gonna get exactly what you want from the Ford Bronco. That kind of wraps up my story at this point. So far, Bronco or Ford have sent out some decals and some little posters as a sorry we keep screwing things up. Not really good enough in my eyes. Ford has really screwed the pooch on this whole thing. And apparently they're now sending out hammocks that say hang in there to all their potential buyers that are waiting on new Broncos. So I should be getting that some point soon. I've seen people already getting them. Again, not good enough. I'm tired of hanging in there. We ordered these things or reserved them over a year ago, and it just keeps, I know people keep saying, COVID was delaying things. Well, these are problems beyond COVID. You know, these are just screw ups on Ford's part, and it sucks. It does suck. We're all excited. We want to get going on building this, and here we are in limbo. Again, I have no clue when my actual order will come through, and at this point, I would have ordered the Luxe package and I would have gotten leather and I would have gotten some other options that I chose not to because I wanted mine faster. All right, so thanks for sticking through with my rant and kind of ramble here a little bit about the story, what's going on. We are keeping both Broncos, or do plan on getting both Broncos still. Hopefully, I'm hoping from what I've heard from Bad Bronco on Instagram, by changing his to a soft top, his order, which he ordered after us, his got switched to a build date coming up here in a couple weeks in the beginning of September. Just by switching to the soft top made a huge difference. So I'm kind of hoping, since I've got an earlier order, we'll be right in that same boat with him and with my dad's build. So obviously I'm gonna take that thing over and start modifying it and bringing all the content I can to you guys as soon as possible. So stay tuned, stay with us. For now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump us over to my footage that I took from the day I got to do the test drive at PacquiWeb Ford. What I did was I was able to get my hands on their two-door. It's the bright blue, I forget what the color is called, but it's a beautiful blue wild track with the Sasquatch package. Amazing. Just, I was in love with this thing, kind of made me regret my whole order, but we won't talk about that. So I'm gonna show you that footage just because I was there and I got to walk around it and finally put my hands on it. I'll get you some first impressions on it and let you know what I think from there. But for now, weigh in below, let us know what you're thinking about this whole Bronco issue, rollout, mishap. You know, should we just stick with the Jeep world and say forget Ford? You know, they just can't get their act together. And drop those comments below. Check out this upcoming footage with the two-door Bronco. We've been getting a lot of people asking us if we are still planning on getting a Bronco. I know we announced it a while back that we had reserved one right when they first started taking orders. And since we picked up the 392 and we got all these other toys going, people have been asking us if we're getting rid of any of our Jeeps or if we're still planning on getting the Bronco. And you can probably take a guess just by seeing that I've got a Bronco here behind me that yes, we are still planning on getting a Bronco. Unfortunately, this one is not ours. The crew here at PackyWeb Ford was nice enough to let us stop out and test drive this. They got this mannequin one here on the lot that they're using for promotions and test drives and things like that. This is the first time I've actually got to really lay my hands on and really check out the new Ford Bronco. And I gotta tell you, I am really, really impressed. The only experience I've had so far was from our sand dunes video where we caught the one out testing. It was a Cyber Orange Bronco, was testing on the sand dunes. I haven't gotten to stop and actually see one up close, and I gotta say it feels big. Big in a good way, just beefy, tall. This is a wild track two-door with the Sasquatch package, but I mean, you can see it size-wise sitting next to the Gladiator, which is a 4.5-inch lift and 40-inch tires. This is stock Sasquatch on 35s, and it doesn't look tiny next to the Gladiator, I'll just say that. So this thing is very nice, and I'm actually kind of regretting not going with a two-door. Ours will be a four-door Badlands version, but this two-door is pretty slick. I'm really, really liking it. I'm really liking the open air feel here, not having the bar through the roof like the Jeeps all have. Not that it's a huge deal, but it does feel cool when you're driving this thing. For the Bronco, we're gonna go big, we're gonna go wild, we're gonna go bright. So take a guess what color we are going to. Yes, we are gonna wrap it. I guess I'll say that right now. We are gonna wrap it. Take a wild guess though on what color we are planning on wrapping the Bronco. Drop that in the comments here, let us know what you think. But I don't know, I am loving this two-door. I wouldn't have thought I would like the two-door so much. I'm not the biggest Jeep two-door fan, but this thing doesn't look small like the two-doors on the Wrangler. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.